I kid you not, in walking the halls here yesterday and running into our co-workers, if you said to anybody here yesterday, how are you doing, everybody said terrible. And that is no joke. That is the way we felt yesterday. We feel a little better today because we've had a chance to contemplate our loss and appreciate what we had for so long. One night on this program, Frazier reached into his wallet and took out an old flimsy piece of paper containing a poem he had written about 40 years earlier about being a radio announcer and whether anybody cared about it. It was a unique and beautiful piece of work. And he read it on the air in the studio, and it was so emotional because it dealt with death that it broke him up, and it broke me up, and Ann was sitting on the couch behind us, and she just was overwhelmed by it, and she just took him by the arm and said, okay, you big baby, I'm going to take you home now, and she did. But I put this on the air this morning, and I was just overwhelmed at hearing it again. My phone at home rang all day from people who wanted copies of it. Even Wally Phillips grabbed me this morning on the way out and said, get me a copy of that. I want to play it on the show. And he did play it this morning. But I would like to play it as in Frazier's own words, and I think it really typifies who he was and what he was. And I'd like to begin the show with it tonight. And then it's open line, anything at all, about anything. I am still looking for something to put Frazier's name on. So that's open season 2. But please, once more, indulge me, if you will, to listen to the words of one of the most marvelous and personable people I've ever come across in my entire life. Frazier Thomas, in his own words, right now.
Television, everybody recognizes you. Mm-hmm. Wasn't true in radio when I first started, you know, and it has to be, well, you've gotten so much publicity, everybody knows you. But back when I was doing radio back in 1941, 42, 43, people did not recognize you. They only knew the voice on the air. I wrote a poem about that one time. And
you got it with you?
I'm going to read it to you and leave you with this. I stuck it in my hip pocket, sat on it all the way down.
Fabulous.
It's called, see, when I want to put this in the book next, those words we love to hear. I seldom talk about my job. We all have occupations. Some insist that theirs are best, and often dissertations arise in sessions around the hearth about each job's reward. But that I'd ever trade with them, I'm never in accord. Doctors, lawyers, merchantmen, you're noble sirs, it's true. But those of us in radio, we wouldn't change with you. For in this game, with all its faults, there's one thing I declare that's said to us we love to hear, I've heard you on the air. It has its heartaches, ups and downs, like all the rest, I guess. But we still argue long and loud that we love it nonetheless. For when some person strange of face we chance to meet, beware. We've made a friend if he should say, I've heard you on the air. Most all of us are versatile. We've done shows of all descriptions, religious, comedy, dramatic ones, and introduced transcriptions. We sometimes send out photographs. Listeners ask the color of our hair. But best of all, we like to hear, I've heard you on the air. That phrase, so sweet, has odd effect on men of our profession. Our faces light with broadened smiles which replace all depression. With shoulders back and chest thrown out, our thoughts are now free from care. We bless the souls that say to us, I've heard you on the air. Oh, vanity, we know you well. We've tasted of your cup. We don't go around admitting it, but we still eat it up when some admiring listener brightens up a day so bare by dropping those 6 words to wit, I've heard you on the air. And although on the heaven streets I've little right to look, I'm sure somewhere St. Peter has my name down in his book. And while I'm standing waiting my destiny him to declare, I wonder if he'll say to me, I've heard you on the air.
That is just beautiful.
Oh, boy, boy.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, isn't it? And now, my friends, it's start time. The stars hang overhead. May enough to do it yet. I said to myself if I played that I would just play it and not get emotionally caught up in it, but we're all sitting there crying, so. Don't go away, don't you touch your dime. There by your radio, hey, it's just your time. The show is guaranteed to make you laugh and make you smile. No matter who or where you are, won't you stay a while? Chicago there, Chicago there. He fills your morning and feeds your head. You're on the station with an overnight sensation. Chicago Eddie Schwartz. You're on the station with an overnight sensation. Chicago Eddie Schwartz. Welcome to what's left of Thursday, the 4th of April, and what we have for you is an all-night radio program. We'll keep each other company. We'll do our best to keep you informed. Our never-sleeping newsroom is wide awake, and our wide-awake meteorology department is raring to go, and so am I guess, and so are you. If you happen to need the warmth of human contact, my telephone number is 591-7200, and we're coming to you from Chicago.